Attention entrepreneurs. Your business is missing this, and this is attention. I hated attention for years. I hid away from it at all costs. And my businesses failed over and over because I hated it so much. Then I met Jay, who taught me, helped me understand attention, and now I love it. So today, we're going to talk about attention and your business. So, Jay, why does getting attention for my business matter?
Well, I don't think it does if you want to fail. Right?
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
You want your business to fail, surefire way, just make sure you get zero attention on it.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
That's how all my businesses failed.
Yeah. So did you mean, why does it matter if you want to succeed in business?
Oh, better question. Yes. Why does it matter if I want to succeed in business?
Okay. Well, what is business? We covered this last episode. Do you remember? A recent episode.
You have a great definition for business. Hold on. Business is selling something repeatedly. I don't know. I just remember the cycle of the meme you made. I'm so sorry. I don't remember the whole definition.
All good. It's persuasively offering value you believe in to an increasing amount of strangers who perceive it profitably.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. So basically, it's exchanging value for money.
Yeah. Okay.
So can you exchange value for money with someone who is not paying attention to you?
Oh, no, you can't.
So the whole process of business crumbles if you can't get attention from your target audience.
Right, because then you can't exchange anything.
Right. There is no exchanging of value.
Yeah.
Unless you get attention.
Yes.
Can you exchange value with someone if you get partial attention but can't hold their attention?
No.
Can you exchange value with people who give you the wrong kind of attention? Like they hate you and avoid you?
No.
So why does attention matter for your business?
Well, if I don't have attention on my business, then I can't exchange value with anyone. I can't give them my value and they can't give me theirs back.
Yeah. If they're paying attention to every other brand and competitor, can you even get a share from them?
No.
Can you get a like?
No.
If they're blocking your hashtag or completely avoiding you for your competition, or your competition gets all their attention in the feed?
No.
So you can't get any value from people who aren't paying you attention?
No. Like, if you're not paying attention to me, then how can I get anything from you? The only thing I'm getting from you is not attention.
Yeah. What do the big social platforms want from their users?
Attention.
Yeah. What does YouTube want from its users?
Attention.
What does Instagram want from its users?
Attention.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
What does Nike want in the market?
They want attention.
Yeah. At least first, because they can only get sales after they get
attention. Okay.
So it's weird to me that people don't realize how important this is. A lot of business owners don't understand this, and they avoid it and skip it and don't address it and neglect it and ignore it. And it's like, this is the plug for your appliance, right? This is the thing that gets it all going.
Yeah. A lot of times they will leave this for last, and then they're like, oh, I didn't even think about how I was going to get attention.
Yeah. But this is like power for an appliance, for a vacuum,
right,
or a microwave or toaster or something.
Yeah.
Why would you leave the power source till last?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, why take the time to build an amazing, perfect vacuum or toaster and then be like, oops, do we need power for that? Oh crap, now I have to scramble around and find some power.
Right.
I had this beautiful thing. I spent 2 years building. Now I need to get attention on it real quick. Oh, feels bad, man.
Yes.
You already invested your whole savings and time and energy, and you built your team and you built your product, and you're looking at attention at the end when you barely have any time left.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, that's why I tell people to start with their one person. Because if you know who your person is, you can get their attention.
Yeah.
You know exactly what to say and what to do and what images to show to get their attention. You know what product to make to get their attention.
Yes. And you know who to talk to, who to outreach to, who to get in touch with, and what hashtags to follow, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. If you don't know that you're helping athletes rather than single moms, you're going to have trouble getting their attention.
Yes, you will. And because a lot of people want to be for everyone, then they're for no one.
Yeah. Well, even the giant mega corporations don't get the attention of everyone.
Nope.
And they've never tried to. From the beginning, from their first little startup days, they were never trying to get the attention of everyone.
True.
They were trying to get the attention of their target audience. And they committed to that audience, and their audience committed dollars back to them.
Yeah. It's very true. Okay. That's great explanation of why attention matters if you want to succeed. So I've met a lot of people who have a weird thing with attention, and they want to hide away, but they still want attention still want to make sales and get clients, but they're afraid to put themselves out there. So can someone hide away and still get attention on their business?
So that's a good question. When we say a business needs attention, it doesn't necessarily mean that the human individual who founded the business needs the attention.
Right.
If you know the band Daft Punk, you'll know that they were famous for wearing masks, helmets on stage or in public appearances. And by doing this, they minimized their attention.
Right.
Sia, the musician Sia, also did something similar with her wig or hair.
Yes.
Also, there's a trend of VTubers these days. Have you seen VTubers? They're virtual YouTubers, and they do like normal YouTube things, talking and commentary and playing games and streaming, but it's a virtual avatar. It's like a virtual rendition of them. It's not actually them.
Oh, I didn't know that. No.
Well, it's a thing.
Okay.
And it's just another example of the people who founded the channels not really getting the attention. It's their virtual avatar that's getting the attention.
Right.
There are big companies, you don't know who their CEO is, but you know their products.
Yes.
And their products get attention.
Right.
So the point isn't that you personally must get attention, but the point is that something in your business must be getting attention. Your product, your service, your brand, your avatar, the face of your business, your brand ambassador, somebody, somewhere. Attention has to be directed toward your business somehow.
Okay, so you can be a founder and have a business and put the attention on the business. But what if you're like us, you're a coach and you have a service-based business, especially about your own like past things?
Yeah, if you're a personal brand, then you need attention.
Right.
Oprah needs the attention on Oprah. Trump needs the attention on Trump. These are personal brands.
Right.
They're not VTubers, and they're not Daft Punks, and they're not hidden CEOs behind the scenes, right?
Right.
But it doesn't really matter to me. Like, I don't make a distinction. If someone wants to be a personal brand and get the attention funneled on them, great, you can succeed that way. If someone wants to be anonymous founder and put the attention on their product or their brand, great, you can succeed that way. I don't really care, but you can't ignore attention and leave it till the end and hope and pray you get a business going. Some people get lucky and they get a lightning rod of attention, but that's not a very good strategy for anyone who's trying to consciously succeed at their business.
Right. I think a lot of people struggle with the whole putting myself out there on the internet and like telling people, you know, all your stuff. We have put a lot of personal stuff out onto the internet through all of our businesses, but there's still a lot of stuff that we don't share because you can pick and choose what to share with people. And I think the whole idea of putting yourself out there for attention freaks people out because they think you have to, for some reason, open your entire past and all your mistakes and all your private personal things with the internet. But you can get attention without sharing that stuff.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And so for those people, I know this is a totally another question that I hadn't planned, but for those people who want to hide a little bit, can you explain just a little bit how you can still put your brand out there and yourself out there and still protect your privacy?
Sure. You can do it with drastic measures like I talked about earlier. Helmet in all public appearances. No one knows who you are. If you're an author, you could use a pen name or pseudonym. Mm-hmm. You could have a virtual avatar, like I said, with those VTubers, especially with AI, it's even easier now. But you can also do in more subtle fashion. For example, make a really good product, make sure it stands out from the competition, make those differences clear, and then start sharing it in your competition's forums or in clubs or hangouts or hashtags that they occupy. And you'll start a buzz real quick. And no one even has to know who made it, right?
Fair play.
Or you could leave pamphlets around saying for a free trial for this competing product. Like, it's at least you're getting attention.
Yeah.
But it's still controversial. Like, will you get banned from those clubs? Will they kick you out? Will people be mad at you? Will the media write about you or your product or your brand? Like, you still got to get attention, and you still got to take the lumps that come with getting attention.
Fair enough.
Like Daft Punk, even though they had their helmets, they still got mobbed by fans when they stepped out onto the red carpet.
Right.
VTubers, even though there's no sign of who they really are behind everything, have people checking their voices and like trying to find out their IP address and all kinds of stuff, right? Like, yeah, whatever. That's life. That's part of life. If you go to a forest, you get bitten by mosquitoes. If you seek attention, you get the downsides of attention.
True.
Now, if you don't want to enjoy a beautiful forest in nature because you hate mosquitoes, you can just stay indoors forever. And if you don't want a successful business, you can just avoid attention forever.
Fair play. Yeah.
But if you want either of those things, you're going to have to put up with the little downsides that come along with them. Forests are beautiful, but mosquitoes are going to get you, man.
That's good. I like that you brought that up, because most people who don't want attention, who are hiding, they're focused on the negative aspects of attention. And I'll be honest with you, I want attention. I love attention. And I rarely have thought about the downsides of it. And I know there are and stuff. And the couple times that not the couple, but the times I've dealt with like haters and stuff, and you've said like there's always good and bad. And to me, like, I don't see that as a negative thing anymore, but I guess because I just like it so much.
Sure, but you used to avoid attention for months and months at a time because of one negative hater.
Yes.
So you weren't comfortable with the downsides in the beginning.
No, not.
And most people aren't.
Yeah.
So we know where they're coming from.
Yeah.
We get it. Yeah, we get it. And people could say like, well, you could have a mosquito net. And it's like, fine, but you still don't get to enjoy the forest without the freaking mosquito net.
You got to have a net in front of your eyes the whole time.
That dream of just wandering the forest free of everything doesn't happen.
Yeah.
There's always the mosquitoes.
True. Very true. Well, thank you. That was really helpful. Okay. So before we met, or actually when we first met and we talked about attention, I thought like I had to dress slutty and show off in ways that made me uncomfortable because I'm kind of prudish. Even though most people would be surprised at that, but I am. So does getting attention on my business mean that I have to dress slutty and start an OnlyFans?
It's a good question. And surely you know that plenty of businesses have succeeded without doing this.
Yeah. So I'm asking for the old version of myself that thought that that's what it meant.
But did the old version of you not know that Nike and Reebok had succeeded without doing this?
No, but if you said the word attention to me back then, I would never have said Nike and Starbucks and every other successful business ever got attention to me. So as a woman, attention meant male attention. It meant, sexy or unsexy. It meant definitely because of my smooth. That's what it always meant. And I know a lot of other women also are confused about what the word attention means in business. Because when I say it to them, because we have a lot of female clients, and when I say it to them, they're like, oh, I can't. And I'm like, no one said you had to. So that's why.
Yeah, I totally get it. And it's funny, you say those companies didn't have to do that. And like they didn't have to show a bunch of skin.
No.
But what they did have to do was display controversy.
Okay.
Apple had to make those commercials, Mac versus PC.
Yeah.
To get some attention.
Right.
Nike had to go to those schools where they had the cobblers or whatever and get athletes to try their new shoes and then have those athletes win races because of them. And people would be like, that's cheating. Like,
they also had to cut open their shoe.
There's a cheating controversy. They had to go and cut open their shoe for the first prototype and so on. Like, they had to do controversial things.
Right.
Starbucks had to bring Italian barista experience over to America in a market of $1 coffees everywhere.
Yeah.
And do this special thing. And it upsets people. And if you look at all your small business entrepreneur friends, they're not doing that. They're avoiding the controversy as much as possible. And by avoiding the controversy, they avoid attention. And by avoiding attention, they hurt their business.
Okay, yeah. Yeah,
right.
Sure.
So women are faced with this choice. Do I take all the awesome attention by dressing controversially, or do I get less attention by dressing safely, modestly, or covered up.
Right.
This is an active choice they get to make.
Yes.
And all those masculine-led companies that you mentioned, that you thought weren't doing the same thing, are doing the same thing. They have the choice too. Do I make my marketing bold and controversial in the market? Do I make waves with my competition or the industry or the field? Or do I play everything as safe as possible and just say, we're another shoe and we're cheaper than the other guys? Like, it's very prudish marketing. So people don't see the difference, but women are marketing themselves as a brand. Are you a sexy brand, or are you a prudish brand? Are you a bold brand, or are you a sort of safe player?
All right. Fair play.
And then the masculine entrepreneurs and business owners, they're thinking more about controversy and their marketing. Like, are you a bold, controversial marketer, or are you a safe player? Right? So it's the same kind of dilemma, the same kind of choice happening in both people's minds.
Right.
And all of the companies you look up to went far enough to get your attention somehow.
Yeah.
They did not hide in a closet or sit at their desk messaging one person a day. They somehow got out there. They got their brand out there, their product out there, their service out there, or the CEO or the brand ambassador or whoever. They got the attention of the market and you in it. And now you look up to these companies. Yeah. And there's a whole bunch of unheard of companies that are going to die and fail because they didn't do that. So I'm not telling you how much skin you have to show off or how crazy your marketing has to be, but I'm saying it's something you should consciously consider, and you should be making an intentional decision about this. And if you decide you need more, then you should do more and be bolder. And if you decide you need to play it safer, then you should play it safer. But if I'm talking to someone and they have not made a conscious decision about this, whether it's a woman with her fashion or a dude with his marketing, I'm a little concerned. Like, it should be it's an important choice, and it should be made consciously by as many people as possible. And if they haven't been taught or encouraged to do this, that should happen now.
Right. That's good. That's a fair point. I just think that prior to having any business knowledge or any skills whatsoever in the business world, my idea of what attention was completely different than what it actually means. And in the beginning for me, so when you would say this and I'm, unsure, I know a lot of people start businesses without really researching and understanding this, and then they hear the word attention, and because they're used to that meaning something completely different in the regular world, they take that into the business world, and then they act like all covered up and oh my god, and no, and so they don't really quite understand what attention means, which is why I wanted to do this episode, because I see women all the time talking about this, talking about getting attention and not putting themselves out there, or wanting to show more skin and be themselves and get the attention because they secretly inside want to, but they think that it's unprofessional for their business. I know a woman who has a thriving, huge, successful business and dresses super frumpy.
Do you know how many businesses I've whipped up some bold, controversial copy for that I know is going to generate them tons of buzz and money?
Yes.
And they say, no, that's too controversial. That's too unprofessional. That will hurt my brand. I'm like, you're clueless. You're a clueless entrepreneur. You don't know what will hurt your brand. You've never tried being controversial. You've never tried getting attention. You are inexperienced and you have zero clue about this. But for me, I'm saying controversial shit left and right every day. If you were to take sound bites from everything I've ever said, there's like 1,000 controversial things in your baby finger.
You have no idea. That's why I want CCTV so bad, just in our room, in our home, because there's so many times that you just say these amazing things and I'm like, why was I recording?
Yeah, but it's fine. Like, I know if they keep up that attitude that their business is going to fail, because it's like someone trying to operate an appliance without understanding an electrical outlet. You kind of need to know this plugs in here first.
Yeah.
It's really important. And for your business, attention plugs in first.
Airplane. Yeah.
Before everything else happens, attention is happening.
Yeah. And before you even start anything, you should be researching and know it. Like we talked about before, you're one person, so you can research and know who who you're plugging it into. Okay, so in the past, I've been called an attention hero, but from everything we talked about today, it sounds like that insult is actually a good thing.
You tell me. You could call Elon Musk an attention hero, or Kanye West, or Taylor Swift, or Jordan Peterson, or Donald Trump, or any famous celebrity you think about. Beyonce. Like, they get headlines. They make headlines. They seek attention. They craft the things they do to get attention. They started small and got some attention and realized how important it is to get attention. And then they went and did it more. And they were like, what can I do to get more attention? And people now are so aware of their attention-seeking ways that when they do something, people just assume it's for attention. They might be doing a normal human thing, but now no one believes it. They're just the boy who cried attention.
Yeah. Well, I see this a lot in on Instagram and TikTok. I see a lot of people accusing other people of being an attention hero, and then like the comments will just go nuts about that. And to me, now I understand this is a good thing. So it's a compliment now, and I'll take it.
Well, the people who did seek all that attention hold the highest places in our society.
Fair play.
If you're attention wealthy, you're a top tier member of society. Like, you're the one everyone looks up to.
Yeah.
If you're attention poor, attention lacking, not even your boyfriend or girlfriend wants to stick around. Like, if you're ugly AF and you have no value to offer and you don't market anything and you stay hiding in a closet and you're depressed all day and you don't get out of bed and you don't do anything and you literally get zero attention from the world, you can't bear to get any attention from anyone, how long is that going to last? How many friends are you going to keep around, man? People are going to love you? They just gravitate towards you? What? Look at that black hole of attention that no one wants to be around. Let's go.
Yeah.
Right. They want to be around the attention. They look up to the attention. Even when they're hating on someone, who do they choose to hate on? The attention. They won't choose to hate on the dude in the closet, buried in the bed, not getting up. They won't even hate on that person. Like, that person's not even worthy of hate in their eyes. It's not worth talking about.
Yeah.
If you don't get talked about at work, you're another cog in a machine. You could be replaced tomorrow. If you're a standout performer or total trash, you will get attention. They'll either try to help you, fix you, and train you and whatever, or they'll fire you. But either way, you're worth the CEO's attention. Like, they are paying attention.
Right.
If you're some cog in a machine, refusing to stand out in any way, in business, in fashion, in career or job, you couldn't be poorer. Like, even if you're a hermit, you need the attention of your dog or the animals or whatever animals you're raising or breeding. If you have zero attention, they fly off into Neverland. You have nothing.
True.
Or you need the attention of your plants or something. Like, they need your attention and then you need their attention.
Right. Well, yeah, that makes total sense.
And I've never heard of a hermit entrepreneur, right? Like, someone living without a single soul around, living off the land, interacting with nobody. They don't interact with suppliers. They don't interact with contractors. They don't interact with their clients. They don't interact with anyone. I've never heard of that.
Right.
So, like, even if you could possibly figure out a way to be a hermit entrepreneur, would you really be able to do it without attention?
No.
So attention is just like a label we slap on the people who are winning. If you're winning at your job, you're an attention. If you're winning in fashion, she's an
attention.
Yeah. If you're winning in business, your marketing is super controversial, you're making a splash,
you're an attention. All right.
So the people who get all the attention and consequently make all the money, you think they're just dying inside because the plebs think they're an attention?
No.
You think those super hot girls who are winning at the fashion game and getting all the male attention are crying over all the haters?
No.
I'm saying, so what do you want to be in life? You want to be one of the haters whining attention, or do you want to be the attention?
I want to be the attention.
Well, whatever. I'm just saying, take your pick. I don't judge, but this is a clear choice and it should be a conscious choice. And you should know, where's your line? How much attention feels right to you? Have you been playing it too safe, or have you been way too out there? You need to pull it back. I would say Kanye or Taylor might need to pull it back a little bit. Sure, being attention is great, but there's a line. Sure. Have they hit theirs?
Maybe, yeah.
But I would also argue that 99% of entrepreneurs I've talked to need to go further.
Yes, agreed.
So
fair play. good examples too. And this whole thing is fire. The whole episode, but like that part right there, that was really good because I think a lot of people are super, and me included, are super confused what an actual attention really means.
Yeah.
And the next time I see it in the comments, I'm just going to thank someone.
Yeah. And here's something controversial. I know that my teachings are worth more by like 1,000 times of all your heroes. Tony Robbins, Alex Hormozy, Gary Vaynerchuk. Like, I don't care. I'm teaching fire. Shit they never teach. Their parents didn't teach them. Their schools didn't teach them. And they don't teach to anyone. It is rare, precious wisdom. And I'm not feeling bad about it. I'm not worried that I'll look cocky or arrogant. I mean, it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
And if that's controversial, so be it. So there, I'm practicing what I'm preaching. I'm saying an attention-getting thing. And if you clip this or cut this out and put it on social, and I call out Gary and all of them from my freaking little room, it's good. People are going to be like, what's this guy know about Gary? Well, I'm going to get all kinds of haters. But what do I care?
I don't.
Like, I spoke the truth and it got attention. I win.
Yeah. Haters are going to hate. Yeah. It's true. Awesome. Well, I love it. You are amazing. Well, I love attention. And my favorite thing to get attention on is me. Okay, but my second favorite thing to get attention on is my book, our book. It's called Eyes Wide Open, Volume 1. It is the world's first self-help coffee table book. It is the world's first self-help coffee table book. And you can have a PDF copy for free. Why? Because I love attention and I want you to go read it. Go read it now. Go to eyeswideopenfree.com and download your free PDF version and read it. Give me some attention. So, Jay, I was raised to cover myself and hide myself and not tell people anything about myself, right? Like my mother would die if she knew the level of openness that I am with our audience and the internet in general. So how do people who were raised to be kind of not just prudy, like in their dress and stuff, but emotionally prudy, private, thank you. How do people who are raised to be private move past that crap that they've learned so they can learn to get attention on their business?
Good question. So how long does it take for people to develop that mental habit, that closed off private habit? Does it happen when they're infants?
No.
You ever seen a closed off private infant?
No.
Does it happen when they're toddlers? You ever seen a closed off private toddler?
No.
Does it happen when they're preteens? You ever seen a closed off private preteen?
Starts about then, yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe you see them then. But the point is, it takes quite a few years of openness and emotional unguardedness before one of us becomes habitually private and closed.
Yes.
Right. So logically, what's it going to take to change that mental habit? Are you going to do it overnight?
No.
Okay. So how do we change a habit of closed up, walled off, invulnerable suppression?
Well, if there were more people in the room, I would say, I know. Because I know it takes practice.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's my answer to everything.
I know. But it's true, though. And every time I hear it, I'm always like, oh, duh. But it's true.
So then what do we practice? So you want to be more out there. You want to get more attention. You want to be more controversial or more showy or more charismatic or attractive or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get more attention.
Yes.
Where do you start if you're a private, closed person?
You would probably start with your appearance.
You could.
Or depending on the thing, I guess.
You think about appearance a lot.
Yes.
So it's all
because I was super private about mine.
It's in all your examples. It's in all your questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's in every episode. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
But like, couldn't an entrepreneur just start by making their first comment in public on Instagram?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just one comment.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
So this is a baby step.
Right.
Because it took you a lot of steps to become that closed. It's going to take quite a few small little steps to unbecome that closed.
Yeah. Okay. So fair play. Then I want to answer your question. So, and thanks for calling me out on the appearance thing, but because I was so close for so long, it makes sense.
Yeah, totally.
But okay. So someone who's not used to interacting with other people and who is a private person would start by leaving comments on people they don't know, or
you could start on a friend.
I was just gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say, or you could start with someone that you actually know that maybe you don't talk to that often, and reach out to them and start a conversation.
Yeah, start as gentle as you want, but make sure it counts. Like, don't play it safe. You should be broadening your comfort zones.
Yes.
If you're comfortable commenting on 100 strangers and you're like, oh, okay, I'll start with one friend today. It's like, what kind of practice is this?
Yes.
You're playing super small. You already know you can do that.
Right.
How's that helping you? So you can Google books on practice, proper, effective practice, if you don't know how to apply yourself and learn a new skill or train new mental habits. But generally, the principle is simple. You start with small baby steps of being more out there and being more attention getting. And if you want to do that in the fashion arena, you could start by showing a tiny little strip of belly or like slapping on a hint of makeup or whatever. And then you're slowly becoming bolder and more attention getting in fashion. If you want to do it in entrepreneurship or with your marketing, you can start with a slightly more compelling headline, something you wouldn't normally say.
Right.
If you want to skip all the baby steps and quantum leap it, you can go from the tamest marketing ever one day to punching someone on camera in a public forum the second day.
Right.
If you want to quantum leap it in fashion, you can go from total covered, Muslim style fashion to OnlyFans model the second day. So you could quantum leap it if you want, but rarely does anyone do this and rarely is it pleasant. So maybe just baby step your practice until you are getting the attention that you want, right?
That's great. You always give such great advice. Okay, Jay. So why does getting attention on my business feel so hard when I have like 168 subscribers or followers?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question.
Thanks.
Okay, first, let's assume attention is a momentum-based thing, okay?
Okay.
If attention is a momentum-based thing, then we can see it kind of like a snowball at the bottom of a hill. It's like pretty sad. It's pretty lonely.
Yeah.
Or let's make it the bottom of a mountain.
Okay.
Bottom of a mountain.
Yeah.
Right. Snowball, bottom of a mountain, sad, lonely thing.
Yes.
Not doing anything.
Right.
But if someone has the heart and the courage to start pushing that snowball up the mountain, what starts to happen? When you're pushing it up the mountain, what happens to the snowball?
Oh, it gets bigger.
Yeah, and it's a snowy mountain, right?
Yeah. So then it collects more and you get more and it gets bigger and bigger
Right.
and bigger. Yeah.
But that's like going from 0 followers to 168 or whatever you said.
Yeah.
You're halfway up the mountain.
Right.
How does it feel pushing that snowball halfway up a snowy mountain?
It's hard.
Yeah, it feels hard. But if you keep pushing till you get like 1,000 followers or 5,000 followers or 10,000 followers, if the snowball gets big enough, by the time it's substantial, where is it positioned?
Top?
Yeah, at the peak of the mountain.
Right.
And so now, what do you get?
Now you get momentum. You can like relax in your pool and you can let go of
Yeah,
the heavy snowball.
Yeah. You don't have to do the manual work anymore.
Right.
The snowball is going to take care of itself for a while.
Yeah. Fair enough.
The snowball is going to build up huge and it's going to get some real momentum. So once you hit your 5,000 or 10K followers, if you can give it a little juice, a little momentum, it gets pretty easy. Because now that you have 10K followers, when someone new comes, they see the number and they're like, oh, I'll join.
Yeah,
Right? You have the social proof.
Yes, it's true. Yeah.
Or when you get one review and then another review and then a journalist reviews you and then a celebrity reviews you, like your first reviews took forever to get and they were hard and it was labor and it was work. But as you push it up the mountain, more and more people know about you and they tell a friend and soon your reviews are coming in like crazy.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
It's true.
Right. So does it make sense that attention is a momentum-based thing?
Yes.
And does it make sense that momentum-based things often take a push in the beginning? They often take some work to get going. But once they do, it's easy.
Yeah, that's true. With our platforms where once we've had lots of platforms where we've reached 1,000. It was getting into that first 1,000. And then after that, it just.
Yeah. And as soon as I see that, I'm like, this business is going to be fine.
Yeah.
You get your first 1,000, you get your first sale, you get your first sign up. It's like, I think you're on your way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
I mean, it's not guaranteed or anything.
No, because you have to still push the little snowball that's gathered a little bit of extra snow further and further and further. If you stop halfway before you hit the peak, then you lose your any kind of momentum. There's nothing going to happen and you're done.
Yeah. And that peak is the tipping point.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've ever read Malcolm Gladwell's book, The Tipping Point.
I have not.
But it puts a lot of it in perspective. Because a lot of the brands and influencers you look up to had to go through this journey. And they had to reach a tipping point before things click.
Right.
And most people quit before that tipping point.
Well, yeah, because that snowball
It's not fun.
Freaking hard.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun to push it up the hill. But it's also not fun to exercise every day. Well, if you do it enough, eventually it becomes easy.
Yeah, it's true.
It's not fun to have a healthy diet. But if you do it enough, eventually you're like, whatever. I'm super healthy and you can't tempt me into any junk food.
Yeah.
Yeah. All momentum based. If you get enough momentum, you make it look easy to everyone.
Yeah, fair play.
And most things in life worth doing go through this same momentum journey, including attention.
All right. That's really good. Really helpful too. Because I've heard this a lot from people. Like, it's so hard and I'm like not getting subscribers and not getting followers.
Sure.
I'm not getting...
And you hear the same thing about exercise.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get out of bed and get to the gym. You hear the same thing about diet. It's so hard to eat healthy. You hear the same thing about like hitting on women or something. It's so hard to get rejected. It's like, whatever, dude, get out there and shoot your shot. Like, it's so hard to learn this new video game. Well, I don't know, play the tutorial and get the hang of it or uninstall and never play again. Like, this is your choice in life. You either get momentum at the thing that matters to you or you whine forever. This is your only option. You get momentum with exercise or whine forever. You get momentum eating healthy or whine forever. Get momentum in your business or whine forever. Get momentum getting attention or whine forever. These are your choices.
Fair enough. That was great. Thank you. The whole episode has been great. We talked about attention. We've talked about like the negative part and the scared questions that people may or may not have, questions I used to have. So I just have one more kind of important. So how can I get attention on my business?
Well, that, Sin, is a whole other episode. There is so much to go into on how to get attention, the nuances of it, the ins and outs, the details. But the basic principle is contrast.
Okay.
So if I show you a white headline on a white paper, how much attention is that going to get?
Nothing, because it's just white paper.
Yeah. If I show you like Casper the Friendly Ghost on a white wall, how much attention is that going to get?
It's not.
Yeah. But if I take that white headline that is getting zero attention and I make it slightly grayer, slightly more towards the dark side of things, not much, just a little, will people be able to pay attention to that?
Well, yeah.
A lot or a little?
A little.
Yeah. Most people will walk by it.
Yeah.
But a few sensitive souls with good visual acuity will pick up on the contrast and say like, hey, is there something written on that wall?
Right.
It's faint, but I can make it out. And what if I turn up the contrast and I move the headline a shade darker, a shade grayer, and now it's more like slate gray or visible?
Oh, well then yeah, it's going to get more attention.
Well, slate gray headline, now everybody's kind of, it's enough contrast. It's done enough to get most attention.
Sure.
But would it get you as much attention as a obsidian black headline on a white wall?
No.
Right. So even though it's getting enough attention, it's not really crushing it in attention. And if you really want tremendous attention from people can see it from miles away on the subway platform or whatever, you make it obsidian black on white.
Right. Okay.
Right. You make it charcoal black on white.
Right.
You make it from the void black on white.
That's good. Okay. All right. I got your point. Like the higher the contrast, the more attention.
Right. And so how does this apply to life and business? How does this apply to wanting to get attention? So if I want to get attention at a wedding where everyone's wearing black tuxes and white dresses, what do?
You could show up in a pink tux.
Yeah. Or I could wear red.
Red.
It pops against white and black.
Yeah. That's
or I could wear neon.
Yeah.
Raver gear.
Yeah, you could.
Right.
Yeah. You would definitely get attention.
And what gets more contrast? A neon tux at a wedding or neon rave gear at a wedding?
Neon rave gear.
Right.
At a wedding.
Right.
Would be way more contrast.
Right. That's so much contrast, you will probably get kicked out of the wedding.
Yeah.
But a pink tux you might get away with.
Right. Yeah.
But still, you can see the clear levels of attention.
Yes.
I am getting different attention. The rave gear at a wedding might get camera footage and go viral. The pink tux, it's like, it's a weird choice, but you get a lot of attention at the wedding, but no journalist is covering this. Right. But rave gear at a wedding, you might go viral on TikTok.
Fair play. Yeah. All right.
Contrast, right? And you have to find the line. What's too much? What's too little? If you want to get good at attention, you have to learn this stuff.
I need to stop you because I need to write myself a note because you just inspired something. I'm sorry.
And it doesn't just apply to looks or appearance. If you're in an industry where everyone is used to email marketing, you could stand out and contrast them by doing billboard marketing, right? So, for example, there's a lot of software as a service companies like Webflow or WordPress or something like this,
right,
where you're using their software as a service. And where do software as a service companies normally advertise? On social media, paid ads, top of Google, SEO, whatever. That's their marketing channels. That's what they normally do.
Right.
So if I start a new software as a service company and I want to contrast them, I could have street teams. I could do campaigns. I could do door-to-door sales. I could do billboards. Yeah, flyers. Now, it sounds ridiculous.
Not to me, but yeah.
Why would you target with physical marketing an audience that's primarily digital? Well, because I want to stand out. I want to be different. I want to contrast all my competition. I want to be known as the, oh man, they're the billboard guys.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're the door-to-door guys. Yo, they are different. But if you like the personal touch, or if you like a physical, tactical feel, like that company is for you. They try to bring the digital offline. Like
I would love that.
It could be my thing. It could be and I target a different demographic and it makes waves. And then if you're really good at contrasting and getting attention, people start to copy you. And then all the other SaaS companies start doing offline marketing too.
Yeah. You want to copy what's good.
Yeah. Or everyone's wearing slim fit form hugging stuff. And then Uggs comes out. And the Uggs are just like, they just pop off the calf, right? And there's these like giant boots.
Boots with the fur.
Yeah. And it contrasts and it stands out and Uggs go viral. And a few girls start using it and they get a lot of attention at a party or out on the street. And then soon all the girls are what?
Wearing Uggs.
Yeah. The girls who started the contrast and were bold enough to stand out and get haters and whatever, got the attention. And then everyone saw that it worked. Oh, this gets attention. Let's go copy them. This is how you get trends.
Right. Yeah.
So I can't really go into all the details of how you get attention with a company.
Yeah.
A lot of it hinges on headlines and images and visuals and videos and stuff, but that's not the only thing. And really, it just comes down to contrast. You're either good at contrast and you get attention, you're good at standing out, or you're bad at contrast and you blend in with the masses and no one can tell you from anything.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I, for one, love contrast. I don't want to talk about appearance again, but I definitely use it a lot in my appearance. I use it in my marketing. I use it when I'm doing outreach. So it's an amazing thing. And it works. So do you think that we should do a whole episode on how to get attention on your business?
I mean, it could be helpful for people. Like, it depends. Do people want to know how to use their marketing to get attention? Do they want to know how to use their product design to get attention? Do they want to know how to use their team to get attention? Do they want to know how to brainstorm attention-getting methods? Do they want to learn how to steal attention from the competition? Like, it depends what questions people have and what they want to know and how excited they are for this topic. If not, we could just do something else.
All right. Well, I want to know all that stuff you just asked. I want to know. So maybe we'll do an episode. Maybe we won't. We'll see. You are amazing. Thank you so much for all that you've taught me today and every day. You are an incredible teacher and you have helped me understand attention even deeper than I did before. I mean, I really did get a lot of it. And some of these questions came from our clients and the struggles that I see a lot of people dealing with and my own in the beginning. So thank you so much for guiding me and helping me to learn this in all aspects of my life. You're amazing. So my last question, do you have any final thoughts that you would like to share with our wonderful and amazing audience?
Yes. Attention and contrast are keys to succeeding at practically anything. And I want you to succeed. So I really want you to get the hang of these things. You don't have to be masters of it, but at least get the fundamentals, the basics. And I could summarize all of that stuff here, everything we've covered in this video, but hopefully you were paying attention. And if not, go back and rewatch it with full attention, because I don't think there's another video out there on attention that's going to give you as much value as this.
Facts.
Now, our audience is genius, so it's possible you don't need to rewatch this. But I freaking created it, and I'm gonna. So, food for thought.
That was awesome. By the way, I will also be rewatching this. So, and that's why our book and this podcast are called Eyes Wide Open. After today, you'll know what's missing in your business. So now you can go here and watch this video called What Do Business, Mental Health, and a Recipe Have in Common, to help you boost your mental health even when things are going crap, and to help you keep your eyes wide open.
Keep rising.